coming off the San Antonio game, you guys only shot 13 free throws in that game. Tonight you guys shot 40. What did you see was the biggest difference out there going downhill more and getting in the paint?
Well, that was the difference. We went downhill. I thought we settled a lot in San Antonio. That's, maybe from fatigue or whatever, or their defense. But, when we go downhill and get in the paint, we're clearly very good. The numbers say it, all our analytical numbers say it. And so whenever we do it, it makes us a better team. That doesn't mean you're scoring in the paint. It may lead to threes. But it creates an action. And the more we do it, the better we are.
Doc, before the game, you talked about just the aggressiveness and other guys being involved to get those guys aggressive. Looked like they really tried to get PG going early. Is that what you saw sort of with just them getting
I thought it was a conscious effort, by them. We ran the first play for him. That was me, but then after that, it was them, So it's good. It's good when, I think we miss those guys a lot in transition, and that's one of the things we talked about. Like, if you got a chance to throw the head to Paul George or Kawhi Leonard, you're really smart on your part to do that. That doesn't mean they're going to shoot, but they're going to create so many people coming their way that it's going to open it up for everyone. And I thought we did a better job of that. I think I still counted 6 or 7 that I thought we should have, and we didn't, and we just got to keep getting better at that.
Doc, last month, Paul George said he credited his play to saying, "I got new shoulders." What have you seen from him this season?
Those new shoulders, I don't know. He's just a great shooter. He's a great basketball player, but his shot and the way he can get it off at his size with little effort, as far as getting it up to the rim, he's shooting deep shots on the move, and he does it with great balance. It's impressive to watch.
Doc, in a game like this that gets out of hand somewhat early, is your focus to continue playing the usual rotation because it's kind of early in the year for chemistry? Or is it for
it's impossible to do that. You do in the third quarter. You try to. We tried to go small once just to get that rotation on the floor because, it's a lineup that we think may end up being one of our best lineups. We never do it. We just haven't had the chance, mainly because we've, been limiting both of those guys' minutes. And so by the time you get to do it, it's time for one of them to come out, and that's why I did it early, and I did it at some point in the third just to get it out there, for 2 or 3 minutes just so we can get used to it.
Second time scoring 150 this season at home, 3 points away from a franchise scoring record. Does the player in you ever want to just go for the jugular on that, or is it much more diplomatic?
Yeah, I never know. I don't know. Even as a player, I didn't know well, I never did. But if I had 50 points, I would have never known it. And I never know records. I swear, I don't know, don't want to know, don't keep account of any of that stuff. I know the score. For the most part, and that's all I want to know. I just want to win the game.
What do you think of how Terance Mann did defensively today?
He did pretty well. He had some mistakes, but overall, I think that's going to be his calling card and his ability to see the floor. We just got to keep working with him.
Coach back here. Lewis had, I believe, 7 assists in his past 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
Is there more of an emphasis for him to be a playmaker now with Paul on the floor, or is it just a matter of him just playing in the offense and making the right reads?
It's just Lou being Lou. I mean, Lou's smart. Lou knows when to shoot and knows when to pass. He and Paul started out their careers as point guards, so they both have played that position. They both are scorers, but they also know when a guy's open, and they make the right play.
Hey, Coach, you touched on it earlier with getting Paul early bucket, calling the play for him right off the bat. Outside of in and out of timeouts, how often are you calling the plays, or are you relying on the players to kind of run the plays that you guys have worked on in practice?
Well, probably call it more now than I've done in 10 years, honestly. Just because, the guys still don't, they're still new to what we're trying to do because we haven't had a lot of practices. I find myself calling a lot of plays right now. My goal always is to never call a play, for our guys to read and be able to see and call the game. We just haven't had enough practices to be able to do that. That's what I meant by, we're going to be better, because, as the year goes on, they're going to do it more and more and more. I'll do it less and less, and that'll make us a better team.
What'd you make of the defensive effort in the third quarter when they kind of reeled it in?
I thought the second quarter was the best defense. I thought that changed the game for us. Third quarter, I thought at the beginning we came out and wanted to trade baskets, and then we got back to being us. They're a great offensive team, and the way to beat a great offensive team is play defense. And I thought we did that overall. All right, guys.